our last weigh-in for phase one. Let's go ahead and hop on the scales and see how you guys did this week.
$264.3. This is Karen.
Beth, 160.7.
Christina at 176.4.
Stephanie.
So I have some standings. In sixth place, actually, we're gonna get to this later. We're gonna put this aside for right now, and we'll come back to that. I say all that to say we will get to the standings here in a little bit. But so tonight it's gonna be all about you guys, which means I am gonna only be talking long enough to ask you questions. And then you guys are gonna be doing all the talking. How fun is this? So
all right, guys. So Carmen and team, I lost 16.6 pounds. Woo!
Hey guys, so I lost 30.4 pounds in 3 months.
In 3 months, I lost 16.1 pounds.
In 3 months, I lost 7.4 pounds.
All right, hey guys, in 3 months, I lost 10.4 pounds.
What has been your biggest revelation throughout the season?
I would have to say there's been a lot of revelations. My biggest one is how much my health has impacted my way of life in a negative manner over the last couple years. And just in these short 3 months, it's like leaps and bounds of like energy and just, I don't know, just a whole awakening from within, just like blossoming. And it just feels phenomenal. And I felt like I was withering away, and felt like getting old was just like you had to settle for it. And I'm just so renewed, and it's just a huge revelation to know that I've got that power back and that I can accomplish my goals and my dreams of what I have, my envision for myself.
Okay, so my biggest revelation would have been once I was committed, at actually how easy it was to stay committed. Because I was in it to win it. And so, and it was just, the longer it went, the easier it got. To be honest, last night was probably the hardest night I had, because my wife made Texas sheet cake. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's a chocolate cake. Holy moly, I wanted to eat some of that bad. And I'm like, no, I got one more day. So, and then also, the last week, the revelation of how much overweight I actually was and did not realize it. Because I still have 20 more pounds to go, but I have already lost 30, which is I've never even come close to that before.
All right, my biggest revelation is that I can stick with anything I put my mind to, which is huge for me. I am so proud of myself for sticking with it up and down. I also have started speaking kindly to myself, which I've never done before, trying to treat myself as I would a friend, talk to myself the way I would to a friend of mine, any of my friends. And so I've done that. And I'm just grateful I didn't get tuberculosis.
Hi guys, my biggest revelation is realizing how mental, emotional, physical health is all like interconnected. and reflecting on where I started, where I am now, and the changes I've made in habits, rituals, routines. And although I'm not like 100% where I want to be, I know I've made changes so far, and that I'll keep moving forward and working towards those goals instead of quitting. And so that's the biggest thing for me.
I think my biggest revelation from this experience is that I don't have to gain 80 to 90 pounds while pregnant, which is my norm. So I'm not like where I'd like to be. You know, I feel like sometimes I'm just barely hanging on, you know, but I still lost over 10 pounds. And that's not the norm for me. So I need to refocus and be more grateful.
My biggest takeaway in these last 3 months has been that I am strong enough to push through and not let my mind and the things that I want to say that I can't do, that I actually physically can do the things that I've told myself all these years that I can't. And I've learned to stop those voices and change those voices to I can and push through. And also another thing is, it's actually, for me, it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. Like, I was dreading it. And now it's like, wow, those 3 months went really fast for me. Yeah, I had some days where it sucked, you know, that you wanted to go eat the whole fridge, or the pantry or whatever was in sight. But it was like, no, I'm stronger than that. That's not who I am anymore. I'm not going to give in to that temptation. So those are my takeaways from the last 3 months.
All right. Next question. What is your most, and it can be any quote. What is your most memorable quote from the season? It could be something you said. It can be something a cast member said. It can be something your mentor said. It can be something I said. It can be any quote. The most memorable thing, the thing that you replay in your mind, the thing that has stuck with you the most. What is your most memorable quote from this season?
I have two that have stuck with me. And the first one was, and I've heard this before many times in different areas of my life, but for some reason it just clicked now in terms of this health journey. And it's nothing becomes dynamic until it becomes specific. So that was my first one, because I have always had 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and the commitment was not there. And the results showed with that. And as soon as I committed to this path, I saw weight loss. And so every time I wanted to get weary and pull away, that was in the back of my mind. And of course, I can do hard things. When things got rough, I could do hard things. So those are the two that stuck out the most.
So my first one's not really that deep. That's future poo. That was it. Like, seriously, when I first started, that got me through a lot of things. So that, and just the nights we would talk, I know there's a couple different times we would talk about I am, affirmations, and then I will, and is those couple nights that we had those talks of self-affirmation and stuff.
So the thing that's gotten me through these 3 months is knowing that whatever food looks good or sounds good to me will still be there when I'm in the freedom phase, and I can incorporate it. And so it has made it easier for me to forego some of the things that look good with my eyeballs or smell good to my nose. And so that's been good. The quote that I've gotten from Carmen, and I've gotten it from you before, but it really plays over and over in my mind throughout these 3 months, is life and death is in the power of your tongue. And so the life that we want is created through our words, whether it's internal dialogue or words we use with others. And so I think about that every single day.
Mine is, I think I can do hard things, right? That's gotten me through a lot, but also look and act and try to be like the person you want to be, your future self. And I think when I'm feeling down about some stuff, or progress I'm making. I'm like, this, you know what? Like, I'm going to get through this and I'm going to act like the person I want to be. And I'm going to keep working out. I'm going to keep going. And that's my biggest thing.
I think the quote that stuck with me the most that I think about is, if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you.
So for me, what is the life and death in the power of my tongue? Because like sometimes I'd be on the way to do my workout and I was like, oh, I don't want to do this. Like everything hurts. And I'm like, no, stop. You're literally making your body. And so I would literally tell myself, no, this is going to be fun. And I actually wake up now wanting to go work out instead of dreading it. And then also another one that has really helped me is when I am tempted to cheat, I'm not just cheating on myself, I'm cheating on my castmates, because I'm not just on this journey myself right now. Like I'm on this journey with each one of you. And so that has helped me from wanting to eat the stuff that I'm not supposed to, because I'm also cheating on you if I cheat on myself.
What is one thing that you thought was going to be hard that turned out to be easy?
I would say the containers. Getting the containers in every day, thinking that, oh my gosh, this is not going to be enough food, or I'm limiting myself, and just, I don't get to do this and do that. But actually, it was so satiating. So it's enjoyable, and it makes me feel absolutely wonderful when I do the containers, because I know I'm not overindulging. So it's been great.
So for me, it was saying no to bad foods or no future poop. I thought that was going to be a lot harder. And I still had my moments, but, and then also the 30-minute workout in the morning, I thought that would get to, I was just, 30 minutes for 3 whole months. Wow. But it's just 30 minutes just goes by like nothing. So, yeah.
For me, the one thing I thought that was going to be hard that turned out to be easy was exercising. I went from couch potato to exercising every single day, and it hasn't been a problem. It's been challenging, but in a good way. I'm not someone who has ever exercised in their life, not consistently. Well, I never exercised, and when I did, it was not ever consistently. So it's been amazing. I'm very proud of myself.
I think mine is eating more fruits and vegetables and drinking water. I thought that was going to be the hardest thing. And now, like, my mindset has changed, where I'm like, I need to have my fruits and veggies and my protein and all the things that are good for me, because I know it's, that's what's going to feed my body and fuel my body. So I thought that would be the hardest thing. And it's getting better and better every day.
The hardest thing for me when I was looking at it was looking at the containers and thinking I was like going to starve and die. I don't know. I was pretty like, well, I gain 80 to 90 pounds with each baby. So I look at food and I'm like, I'm going to eat so much food. I'm like in that mind space. But actually with the containers, I felt great. When I can stick to my containers, I feel good and I have energy, and then I don't crave bad stuff. So I was delightfully surprised.
So for me, it would be the exercising and working out. Like that was mine. I'm like, because in the past, I've always failed because of injuries and stuff like that. And this time I've been able to push through, and like, I look forward to that workout in the morning, and my body is actually craving it now because I've been able to push through and break that mindset that I had that I can't do that. So it's actually easier than what I thought it was going to be to do those exercises in the morning.
All right. So what is one thing you thought was going to be easy that turned out to be hard? So we're flip-flopping it on this one.
Water. All I gotta say. No, I'm just joking. I've done gallon water challenges before, but man, the duration, right? Like every day you gotta get it in. And so I'm getting better. I'm getting better, and I'm very challenged all the time. So
Awesome job.
Same. Water. Oh my. I used to drink a gallon of water fairly regular, but every single day. Oh my. I mean, some days I get busy and it's like, it's 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock and I haven't even got a half a gallon down. And I'm like, holy smokes, I'll be up all night peeing. So anyway, I continue to get a little better. Like today, I'm already done with my water. I was been done for almost an hour. So it's easier for me when it's hot.
The thing I thought that would be easy that's been challenging for me is the 12-hour eating window, and it's primarily due to my hours. I am awake probably too many hours, but my eating window opens early, and so it closes 12 hours later. Often I'm still at work when it closes, so it has required me to learn to really plan ahead and to always plan as if I'm not going to make it home in time. So it's not a bad thing. It's just been harder than I thought it would be.
Mine is the same, is eating in that window, because I also have very long days, and sometimes I'm like, oh, I forgot to drink my shake, or, at first that was really, really hard. It's gotten easier. In the middle of the challenge, the first part of the challenge, I started bringing all of my food with me for the entire day, no matter what, with me. So I always had something, but that was really hard for me at first.
Well, once upon a time ago, a long, long time ago, I was very active and I went hiking and I went to the gym and I did things. And so I thought like, 30-minute workouts. Oh, that's fine. That'll be nothing. But this go around with baby 5, my body's not behaving. So that for me has been a challenge, because it's like my hips, or it's, my contractions, or it's, something or other. And so I feel like God is saying, okay, Stephanie, stop having babies. You're getting too old. But yeah, but the workouts themselves are great from the program. I love them. I think it's just I'm held together by strings right now or something.
So mine is water, because I don't normally drink anything but water. But when you have to do it every single day, it's like I wasn't drinking as much water as I thought I was drinking. So to actually have it to measure it out, it was like, oh, I thought I was drinking a lot of water, but I wasn't drinking as much as I thought I was. So water was has been my challenge to do. But I've learned if I squeeze a lemon in it, it goes down faster. So that helps me to get my water in and it not to be quite as much of a challenge.
So the second to last question, what would you say to somebody who is where you were 3 months ago?
Prior to this 3 months ago, I was completely helpless and felt so very alone, and just felt like a complete failure. But this is the place. Carmen is the best. It has the program. It is a blueprint laid out, and all you have to do is follow step by step. It's so easy once you get started. And when it's hard, it's okay, because you have a castmate of people that are going through this journey with you, that are going to support you and walk through this with you day in and day out. And they've got you, and Carmen has you. So you've got this. Don't delay. You got to just do it. Step in faith, and you've got this.
Okay, so what I would say is, first of all, just stop being fearful of committing to something like this, like losing weight, for going on a journey for 6 months. Another thing is, get your ass off the couch. like do something. One of the things, like for me, God gave me this body and I really was not nice to it. Because I didn't really care, to be honest. I just, whatever tasted good, that's what I was going to eat. And I like all things fried. And obviously, that's not what I should be doing. And then the containers, you know, I thought, well, I'm going to starve. And that first day I made my first salad. Holy smokes. I'm like, I got to eat all of this lettuce. It turned out like I was very seldom hungry. I'll just say that.
So I want to lean into why I started this journey and hope that it helps someone. I really wanted to break the cycle of yo-yo dieting. And I had heard testimonials that this program absolutely gets results. And so I signed on. And I have to tell you, 3 months into it, I can say it's 100% correct. And if you work the plan works. And I say that because I had a slow start with this and had to really, really focus. And so if you have the ability to focus, if you have the ability to trust, and if you have the ability to follow directions, you can do anything, absolutely anything.
I would say 3 months ago, I was fearful. I didn't believe in myself. I wasn't caring for myself as I should, mentally, emotionally, and physically. And I knew something needed to change. And I just want to let anybody know that you can change and you can break the cycle. You can create new habits, rituals, routines. You can believe in yourself and trust yourself, and it's okay to make a change instead of going around and around in a circle that's never ending and not ever having results.
Yeah.
You can do anything. You can do hard things.
I don't know why this feels hard. I'm just sleepy, I think. I am sorry, everybody. I think if I were talking to someone who's pregnant and overweight and feeling helpless and scared, like, you know, they're on a train that just can't stop, I would tell them they're not helpless and they don't need to be scared, and that there's help. And they just have to reach out for it.
100%. You know, when we realize that we like no one's coming to rescue us, no one's coming to save us. Like we are our own hero inside of our own story, and that we have all the things we need to rescue ourselves out of whatever situation that we find ourselves in. There's this empowering feeling that comes along, like, no, I can change this. There's no program, there's no person, like, because no matter how great any program is, you have to be the one to do it. And so when we realize that, no, we have the power to change the rest of our life and to have the rest of our life truly be the best of our life. And so I'm going to save your last question until after we're done with the standings. I don't want to make you guys, suffer through it any longer. So let's get to the standings. Let's find out who won season 10, phase 1 of the biggest transformation. And then we will get to our last question before we close out the night. So 6th place, down 7.4 pounds, 3.62%, Sam. In 5th place, down 10.4 pounds, 5.23%, Stephanie, who is got probably less than 10 weeks left of being pregnant and has not gained 80 or 90 pounds. In fact, she's lost 10. Like, that's crazy. 4th place, down 16.6 pounds, 8.6%, Christina. 3rd place, down 16.1 pounds, 9.1%, Beth. 2nd place, down 32.3 pounds, our official biggest loser of the season, has lost the most amount of weight. I say that totally lovingly. 10.89%, Karen, 32.3 pounds. Last week was one of her biggest weeks of weight loss, and I love, because so often we talk about that sometimes, especially, we might have a week where we stay the same, but if you plug in and if you do everything right, and when I gave you guys my examples, you could see that oftentimes after a week like that, I'd have one of my biggest drops. And this week was that for you, Karen. And so I was so proud of you for staying the course and even upping your commitment, even when last week the scale didn't show you what you wanted to, but then having that big drop this week. So awesome job. And in first place, he has established himself there from the beginning. He claimed his spot and never relinquished ever since week one, down 30.4 pounds, 14.16%. The winner of season 10, the biggest transformation, Mr. Cliff. Awesome job. Congratulations. So awesome. And if someone would have told you 3 months ago when you signed up that you would be sitting here down 30.4 pounds, just shy of 15%, and you would be the winner of season 10, would you have ever guessed all that?
I may have believed about the winning part, but not the 30 pounds. The 30 pounds is, wow. I have never even, I think the most I ever lost before was like 18 pounds or something, maybe 20, but never close to 30. And I'm not stopping.
Oh, awesome. Which means you and I need to get together and schedule an interview, because there'll be a whole separate interview of just everybody getting to hear from you, some little tidbits. We'll have a whole bunch of questions we'll go through, and that'll be on the channel as well after this episode airs. So awesome job. Congratulations.
Thank
Way
you. Thank
to
you.
push these women around. So
Congratulations on Karen for the 32 pounds. That's amazing, though.
yes, 100%.
And everybody else.
A couple new decades this week. Christina is in the 170s this week. Awesome job. And Karen, you are in the 260s this week. Moving on down. And so amazing job on those of you also hitting new decades this week. And just really, I know I said it before we started, but just really being committed to you, to honoring your commitment, being committed to your cast, being committed to me as your coach, being committed to the program. Just really congratulations on sticking with something that you said you were going to do for 3 months. It really is incredible. And so my last question is, as we get ready to move into phase 2, you know how oftentimes when a new year comes around, people will oftentimes pick a word that's going to be their theme for the new year. And so I'm going to have you guys pick a word. It's going to be your phase 2. It's going to be the theme for your phase 2. It's going to be your word that's going to embody what phase 2 is going to be for you.
I'm going to pick the word relentless.
My word is going to be committed. I'm going to stay committed to this.
My word is perseverance.
My word is determined.
My word will be believe. I'm going to choose to believe in myself even more.
My word is going to be persistent.
Love that. And, really for all of you guys taking your word, owning the word, putting it up somewhere, speaking that word over you. It's so funny. Sometimes I'll meet people and they're like, well, I don't really, and I kind of can see it because I kind of used to agree in some ways, the whole affirmation thing. I am this, I am this, I am this. But then all of a sudden one day, as I was like poo-pooing it, judging it in my brain, because I wouldn't judge it out loud, I judged it in my brain. I thought, well, we already do this anyway. We already do it all day long. We slap on these labels of I am this, I do this, I do that. What would happen if we were actually intentional with our I am statements, and we actually intentionally spoke to who we wanted to become versus where we were at? And it was like, it's been something ever since that conviction that I do regularly, and I remind myself regularly of these I am statements. And so it's no, I am relentless, I am persistent, I am committed, I am the most committed person I know, I'm the most focused person I know, I'm the most dedicated person I know. Like, this is who I am. And if you say it long enough and loud enough, you'll believe it. You will believe it. And everybody else around you will believe it. Years and years ago, there was two things I would say. One is I'm the most focused person I know. Like, there is nobody that I know personally that's more focused than me. And when I first started saying that, I didn't believe it. I just said it. And now I truly, like, I don't know anybody more focused than me. And I would always talk about how hard I would work. Like, I cannot work anybody. Like, I am not afraid of hard work. I will put the work in. I'm not trying to get a shortcut. Like, I will outwork anybody you put in front of me. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, because talent only gets you so far. Work has to get you the rest of the way. And so I say all that to say that when you start owning that as who you are, who you're choosing to be, you really can be anything you choose to be. And it starts with what you say about yourself and what you choose to speak about yourself. And